Hello, so day 2 of learning target 12. Now we're going to talk about something that you might not have seen before, but trust me, this is not that bad. So we've heard about sine, cosine, tangent, right? Sine, cosine, tangent, SOHCAHTOA. And what is it? It's just a name. I don't even know why. Sine is just a name that they just decide to call it when we have a ratio of opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is just a name they came up with it for adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is just a name that they came up with for opposite over adjacent. Now, maybe they were bored, but they came up with 3 more names, just so you know. It is like sine, cosine, tangent, except all they decided to do was flip it. So remember how there was SOHCAHTOA long time ago? Sine, cosine, and tangent was like this. Now we do have 3 more, and that's it. This is it, really. No more than 3. Ratio, the special name for this trig ratio called cosecant, secant, and cotangent. And all it means is like it's been flipped over. So you see cosecant is short for CSC, is actually flipped of reciprocal or flip of sine. So cosecant start with a C, it goes with the sign, like the S. That's how I remember it. Cosecant is C, but it's like the flip of sine. Secant short is SCC, and secant is a flipped or reciprocal of cosine. So secant is S, but it goes with C. And there's a thing called cotangent. So COT is short for cotangent, and that one is just flipped of tangent. So cosecant, sine. Secant, cosine. Cotangent kind of goes with tangent. So opposite letter. C goes with the S, right? S goes with the C, and cotangent, tangent, that's like obvious. So if you look at this, this is cosecant of 5 over 4. So what is this cosecant? It's C, right? So think about it as like, oh, opposite or flipped reciprocal of sine. 5 pi over 4. So back to your unit circle, 5 pi over 4. 5 pi over 4 is right there. So what are we looking for? We're looking for sine. So this is always cos, this is sine. So 5 over 4 is this, negative. So sine, well, okay, let me just write it like this. Sine at 5 pi over 4 is actually negative root 2 over 2. But if it's cosecant, you just have to flip that around. So instead of that, so if it's cosecant, you just have to say, hey, all we're going to do is flip, done. That's it. Secant at pi over 6. Secant at pi over 6. So secant is like flipped of cosine. So you have to look for cosine of pi over 6 and then flip it. Flip the fractions. So cosine at pi over 6, here's a cosine. Cosine pi over 6 is root 3 over 2. So it is root 3 over 2. And then you just flippity flip. Done. This is it. 2 over root 3. Now, maybe you're wondering, do I have to rationalize it? Well, it doesn't say simplify. So give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. So, okay, to be honest, the direction doesn't say simplify, so I was wondering if we have to or not. So I had to call for help, and yeah, you do have to rationalize it. Well, you do know that we don't consider having square root in the denominator as simple, right? And we're always trying to make it as simple as possible. So I'm sorry, we gotta do that extra work. If you ever end up with root 2, you gotta multiply by root 2 over root 2. So you can rationalize it and say, hey, the numerator is going to be 2 root 2. The denominator is going to be just 2. Cross these out. It's going to be negative root 2. Done. Same thing. Like if you end up with a root 3 at the denominator, you got to multiply it and try to rationalize it. So then we ended up with 2 root 3. Root 3 becomes just regular 3. There you have it. All right, we'll try to rationalize next time too. So cotangent at 5 pi over 3. So this one you just have to look for tangent at 5 pi over 3. So take a look. Where's the 5 pi over 3? Here's 5 pi over 3. Here's tangent, right? It is negative root 3. So you have to flip it around. Right now, this is like negative square root of 3 over 1. So cotangent would be like reversed it. It'd be 1 over negative root 3. And negative could be either in the top or the bottom. But then you have to be like, uh-oh, wait a minute. I cannot have a root 3. Yes. Why not? I am so sorry. I don't know. People don't think it's, well, we do know. We talked about it. It's not considered simplified because back in the days, you could not actually calculate because we did not have a calculator. Anywho, so that's how I got root 3 over negative 3. All right, let me try the bottom. You know what? I'm going to move on to G maybe. That way I can do something that I'm not doing it in the classroom. I'll do the last row actually. So first we start out with CSC. What? Yes, it is 1 over C, so it goes with the sign. So you got to flip the sign at 5 pi over 6. 5 pi over 6 is right here. Sign is 1/2. Flip it around. Flip it around. That becomes 2. Because sine at 5 pi over 6 is 1 over 2. And you use like reciprocal. Fine. K said cotangent at 8 pi. Yeah, 8 is too big. That's way too big. It's over 2. So you got to do the whole coterminal. 8, subtract 2, subtract 2, subtract 2, subtract 2. I hope you realize 8 pi would be the same thing as, well, 8 is not between 0 and 2, right? So what do? Subtract 2. 6, 4, 2. Now I'm at 2 pi. Can I keep 2 pi? That's tricky. No, we cannot keep 2 pi because we're not including 2. So it's actually going to be same thing as 0. So you go to tangent at 0. Ooh, it's 0. You flip the 0, it is still 0. Secant at negative 23 over 3. So that is not going to be a nice number. Negative 23 over 3 is that too small, so we add 2. Too small, we add 2. Too small, we add 2. Too small, we add 2. Oof. That means they went around and round and round and round. That is 1/3. So we're really looking for secant at 1/3 pi, or 1 pi over 3. Secant is flipped reciprocal of the cosine, C and S, remember? So look for the cosine at 1/3. 1/3 right there. Cosine is 1/2, right? And then you have to flip it, reciprocal. It's going to be just 2. Oh no, so the bottom row was 202. I guess I should do more because I want to see if there's more I have to do, what do you call that? What do you call that? Rationalize, yes. Let's try G. 5 over 2. 5 over 2 is 2.5. Too big, subtract 2. 0.5, that's perfect. It's 1/2. So we're looking for cotangent at 1 over 2 pi. So we have to look for tangent at 1/2. Tangent at pi over 2, 1/2 is undefined. What do you think would happen if you flip the undefined? That's kind of a tricky question. Kind of goes back to the first day. Oh, I wrote it right here. First day, remember what I wrote about tangent? I put tangent is sine over cosine, right? So the reason why this was undefined was because it was going to be 0 over 1. Now, what would happen if you reciprocal this? Flip it around. You get, instead of 1 over 0, you get 0 over 1. I'm sorry, earlier I said 0 over 1, but it was 1 over 0, which is undefined. But then if you turn it around, I get 0 divided by 1, which is 0. So this is actually 0. Does that make sense? Tangent at pi over 2 is undefined. So cotangent is actually 0. All right, let's do secant. Negative 23 over 4. That's small. You add 2. Still too small. Add 2. Still too small. Add 2. So we got 0.25, which is 1/4. So we're really looking for secant. So we're looking for cosine at 1/4. And then we're going to flip it around. So look for cosine at 1/4. Cosine is that. You see right there? That's cosine, but then also sine is the same thing. So cosine at 1/4 pi is √2/2. So if you're doing secant, you have to flip it around. So it'll be 2/√2. And then you have to be like, uh-oh, you have a square root in the denominator. We gotta rationalize it. So it becomes 2√2/2. And then you have to be like, wait a minute, I can simplify this, so it ends up with just √2. Sorry, this video went over 10 minutes because I really wanted to do one of each special cases. If you have any question, please let me know. Email me. Do whatever it takes to get it done. Cool? Bye.